Hold up. Run the remix.
BWO faithful, what is up? Happy holidays to you and yours. It is yours truly. It is the one who's been with you on this long year of a journey in the promo division. It's the commish, the one and only. It's Tuck. You already know what it is. I'm excited for the holidays. I've got my stocking already set up, so make sure you guys pull out your favorite snack or your favorite drink. I personally enjoy Arizona tea, so feel free to send some my way or hit my Cash App, CM Tuck. But we have a packed night for you guys. I'm excited for it. We're going to do a recap of some of the highest scored promo matchups in BWO history for this year. I'm excited for it. Honestly, at this point, I think this year kind of set new standards and broke records, and I just cannot wait to tell you how I felt in that moment. We're going to actually watch it together, and I'm going to give y'all feedback. But like I said last week, next week, we are going to actually have some matches. I know you're like, we got to see some new matches. We got to have a title match, blah, blah, blah. We had a lot of changes. I know it's crazy, but like I said, last week, we are going to have a title celebration. Next week, we're going to have 2 championship matches, and we are actually going to start off our King of the Mic tournament, baby. Yeah, it's that time of year already. It's crazy, I know. We got 16 competitors, a lot of matchups. We're going to get that all sorted and started next week. So you hear the competitors and all those things. But I'm going to dive into it. The honorable mention, before we start this recap session, you got to watch it. If you missed it last week, then I don't know why you aren't a real one. You want a real one from day one. If you missed out on one of the greatest title matches in BWO history, Don Krypton facing off against DB Greatness, which DB Greatness is now DB Champion. So it was last weekend at Better Watch Out. Gotta watch it. Go back and watch it right now before you continue this video. So pause, go watch the video, go watch the match, the main event, then come on back. Come on back and hang out with your boy. Without further ado, we are going to continue. And the first matchup actually involves DB and another former rival of his in one Hezekiah Littlejohn. This was the third bout, which was the strongest of the feud. DB had hacked Hez's matchups, and he didn't win the TS title, and Hez didn't really like that, so he hacked DB, and it was a lot of stuff happened. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to see this one once again. The quote-unquote rubber match between DB and Hez culminated at Promo Mania Night 2, the opening contest. I was excited for it. It's legendary, one of a kind. So we're going to see it right now. So DB Hez 3, let's send it to the action.
Greatness.
Why? Why do we do the things that we do in this division? I know why I do it. I love this place. This is the only place to help me not lose my damn mind in this pandemic. But why do you do it, Hez? Screw it. Let's not even beat around the bush. Why did you want to face me? Is it, I want to face the big bad DB and defeat him at Promo Mania? Because I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king. Bullshit. Bullshit, be honest. You wanted to face me because it was going to be an easy win for you, huh? You beat me twice. Yeah. Let's go back into history books, Hezekiah on his debut match beat 6 other superstars to become the promo division champion. And who was his first real challenger? Me. And you thought this would be another easy win for you. You just beat DB like old times. I've been sucking lately. I've been getting my ass whooped left and right. I'm turning it into the angry black volcano like I usually do, and it ain't working. But DB's here. If I get him to come back and I beat him at Promo Mania, it puts me right back on the map. Ha! Bullshit. As I know what you're going to say. You're going to call me a bitch nigga. You're going to call me everything in the book. You're going to try to tear me down till I finally quit. But no. I'm better than you. In the simple fact that even in loss, I progress, which you have yet to do. You were given the world and then you lost the title and you continued to cut the same damn promo every time thinking the shit will work, but no! Your whole era has grown. Every single one of us has become better along with this division, but you have stayed the same, and that is why you are in the same place you were when you started. I saved us all from another loss. I didn't want to see you lose to Bobby again, so yes, I screwed with your match, but everything else was fucking you. You failed. You could beat me, sure. You could beat me for a third time, sure. But the number one question everyone's going to ask after this match is, what will DB do next? You could win, people like, okay. You could lose, people like, okay. But what will DB do next? And you call yourself the king.
Greatness.
I'm actually glad you're back. I'm actually glad you challenged me like this because I can tell you the truth that you desperately need to hear that you've refused to admit to yourself. This isn't some crusade to show that you belong at the top. No, this is just a sad, elongated, baby bitch boy tantrum because you were never good enough to be champion on your own. You are the weakest member of the golden era, and you blame everybody for your problems and your failures except yourself. Oh sure, you became tag champion, but you had to sell your fucking soul to the false deity himself. And guess what? He gifted it to you like a fucking hand-me-down, just so he can drop your ass faster than the shit I took this morning. Had you on PDL. Oh, come Bones, standing there, looking like a bitch.
Bones, if you're listening, or if you're watching, give me a call back, man.
So now, after being embarrassed, you don't target Bones, the nigga that discarded you like the piece of trash that you are. You don't target Gas, the so-called straw that broke your camel face head ass back. No. You target me. You target the nigga that you've been imitating for years now. I hopped on the fucking podcast. Guess who tried to show up afterwards? Old DB. Oh, I hosted the fucking PDL and knocked it out of the goddamn park. Guess who wants to be host right after? You, nigga. Oh, did you forget? I used to judge matches before you set this whole bullshit up. You can ask Tyler, you can ask Bobby, you can ask any of these niggas. You ain't no innovator, nigga. And then on top of it, you called yourself Lord Byron like as if I just didn't fucking notice. Well, you can call yourself the Lord of the Land, bitch nigga, but it's time that you pay tribute to the king because the army is here and I'm ready to get what I'm owed, bitch nigga. face it, DB. You want to be me. Because unlike all these other niggas that you talked about that you said you made, you didn't make me. Because I, unlike you, I am a winner. And you have always been a loser. Your fate is to be a loser. But even then, despite all the times that you tried to fuck me over with my record, I still came out on top. My drive is impeccable. I am the king in this motherfucker for a reason. Time after time after time after time again, I show you my talent because I constantly get match of the night. Look in my eyes and tell me I'm lying. You can only see the truth in these motherfuckers because everybody knows that when you have a match of Hez versus DB, put all your money on Hez because that nigga ain't never lost to DB. Never have, I ain't losing today, and I never will lose to your bitch ass. Because in a world full of Lord Byron, they all have to show respect. They all have to pay tribute. They all have to acknowledge the man, the myth, the legend, killer, DB's dreams, the king of the BWO. Hezekiah, little job. Get your shit together. Learn to shut the fuck up and quit whining and bitching to everybody. You lost. Accept your loss like a man.
Man, oh man, when I think about DB, that match, one of my all-time favorites, just the way words pop up and he dug into Hez. He called Hez on his bluffs, but Hez still, man, from hacking to just that intensity. I hear the word bitch often, not towards me, but it doesn't hit as hard as when Hez says it, so gotta watch out for that, my goodness. And for me personally, I can't think about when I hear the name DB, there's another name that I think about just as equally, and that's gotta be Bones. One, God Mode Bones, who was originally Beast Mode Bones, and then went on a journey, defeated me, and became a totally different entity. And he took on one Jay the Menace, one of the best TYS champs that we've had in our history. We've only had like 4, but still one of the very best. Man, I can't say enough about it. You gotta watch this match. It is from Game Over, probably the best version of Game Over we've had. It's only the second one, but still, it elevated what we thought was great. Everyone took it to another level, so gotta watch this match. Jay the Menace, God Mode Bones for the TYS Championship from Game Over 2022. Let's send it to the action.
Yo, Commissioner Tuck, I'm ready now. I told you in my list consists of beating you and getting the TYS title. Hook up the match.
I got you. You gotta beat the man, the myth.
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave this nigga dead. I love taking the motherfucking title from motherfucking Hez.
Not that the man, the myth, the other the man, the myth.
The other the man, the myth? It's another the man, the myth? JTM. Jay the man, the myth, the menace. How are you gonna take a name from another nigga that's already performing? And on top of that, that nigga's name ain't original anyway. It's a common fucking saying. So how are you gonna be a knockoff of a knockoff? Jeremiah Shenegwu. Jeremiah Shenegwu, that name. You're Nigerian. That would explain everything. Let me tell you a little story. A Nigerian mayor once wanted to have his building painted. So he called in a Chinese man, asked him how much he would charge. The Chinese man said $3 million. He said, what are you going to do with the $3 million? He said, $1 million for paint, $2 million for labor. Then he called in a French man. The French man said $7 million. He asked him what he's going to do with the $7 million. He said, $2 million for paint, $5 million for labor. Then he called in a Nigerian. The Nigerian man said $10 million. He asked the Nigerian man what he was going to do with the $10 million. The Nigerian man said, $3 million for you, $4 million for me, and $3 million for the Chinese man to come paint the walls. The thing about it is that we automatically know that you're a fake, a phony, and a lie. Like, you're the type of person that emails my mama to tell her that she can marry a Nigerian prince, or that there is some inheritance for her. See, everybody, I know many Africans. None of them trust you guys. And you want to know what's less trustworthy than a Nigerian? A motherfucking light-skinned Nigerian nigga? How am I supposed to trust anything you have to say or anything you do? So all this shit that you be talking ain't real. Nothing about you is real. You're not a menace. I barely believe that you're a man. And you're gonna think you're gonna raise up this title that I am coming to raise. Because just having it tied to my name makes shit greater. At all. I made that other title greater. Now I make this one on par with that one. So why don't you just give in to God? To God be the glory, my friend. Dirty mop on my head. This shit's ridiculous. Hey, Mr. Wilson! I am the menace. You've already been testing me. So I need to use your strength and your flow. Because I got nothing else. I got nothing left to give. See, I know that you're smart. Because everybody knows your pigment is a sign of your weakness. And you know it too. So why you come to us in black and white, walk back and forth, and put some bass in your voice. But at the end of the day, you're nothing but promo division Drake trying to rap over a KLC beat. There's one thing, there's one difference between us. You said your arms were long enough to box with God, but they aren't. You really thought you could step to me as a man when I am a God. You thought you could step to me as a myth when I am a biography. You thought you could step to me as a menace when I am a terror. I want my TYS title. And I let you know one thing from the jump. That Jesus saves, God withdraws. Pray to me or be prey to me.
Dare you call yourself a god? Let's look at what God did. God created the cosmos, the universe itself, in 7 days. It took you 12 weeks just to beat Tuck once on your 4th attempt. And let's face it, I had to give you this title shot because there are at least 10 other men that are far more deserving. You still have AT, you still have Mayhem, you still have Cam Loggins, Bossolini, people who are far more suited for this opportunity than you are. You don't care about this title. You're not even here for this title. You know what you want? You realized your own humanity. You want somebody to put you down. You realize that CM Tuck is just too nice to do that. Something I am not. Tell me, what even is a god? What is a god to a god killer? You're not a god. You're just a man holding on to his last bit of relevance, to his last flickers of productivity. But I ask you, what happens after this? Do you maintain this? Let's say you do win. Do you maintain this momentum, or do you fall back into your old ways? Do you take another loss to Tuck and go 1-5? Do you just fall back into your old normal shtick, your old not working bullshit? And let's look at all of your nicknames: Beast Mode Bones, God Mode Bones. Let's look at all of your monikers. The human cheat code, that's the one. We have to admit, you must have came up with that before I got here, because you haven't been so impressive. And let's just go ahead and get this elephant out of the way. Everything that happened before me is basically null and void. And despite what anybody else may say, I am the new benchmark in this division. Every single match that I am in is a dream match. All people care about is my title reign. This title with me as the champion. And please don't be fooled, because I am far from a fool. I did not fall into your trap. You fell into mine. I am the hunter. You are the prey. I am the fucking Reaper, here to deliver you to death itself. All you do is speak about your old accomplishments, all the things that you've done in the past. Yes, you are a multi-time champion, but that also means that you've lost the title multiple times. Nobody has figured out the cheat code on how to take my title away from me. You go ahead and you be the human cheat code. I don't need any cheats, because I just happen to be that damn good. And let's talk about the lineage that I've brought to this title. This is the thing that they're talking about every single week. This is the one. You go ahead and you keep changing all your monikers. You can be a god or a rapper or a drunk or any of that bullshit or a god. You literally have to pretend to be a god to feel significant, to feel special. All I have to do is press the fucking record button. In Bones, we had a lot of fun here today. But this next message isn't just for you. It's for the entire BWO. Whether you're the HNIC, whether you're the era of reality, whether you're the face that runs the place, whether you're a power player, a promo artist, whether you're great, whether you're a commissioner, whether you're an army of one, a vagabond, it doesn't matter. You can bring the whole fucking Sizzle Squad if you want. Anybody that challenges me will fall. You can be Mayhem, you can be a promo deviant, you can bring your guys' fucking shoes, you can be a man, a myth, or a legend, or even a fucking god. At the end of the day, the only thing that is absolute in this division is the man, the myth, and still the champion.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, there's nothing else to be said other than wow. If you told me that someone was going to use a mop for dreads, I would have never. Just like I said, creativity on another level, and the video game, taking the concept of Game Over and just really digging into that. That is why Jay the Menace is going to go down as one of the greats. Just speechless, man, speechless. Whew. And now, I didn't want to do this, but we've got another heads match. We got to give props. One of his other rivals has been none other than our former promo division champion, one Mr. BWO, aka Sketch Lucas. They've had beef in the locker room, they've had beef on the wall, and they had to have beef settled here and now. So this was from Stars and Stripes. Earlier this year, we had Hez versus Mr. BWO. This was one, wow. You're going to hear me talk about it. I can't believe it went down how it did. We're going to see it right now. Hezekiah Littlejohn, the man, the myth, the legend, facing off against the most controversial competitor in our division yet, Mr. BWO. Let's send it to the action.
Oh boy, Sketch Lucas is back. Hooray, it's Mr. BWO. Holy shit, he's back to do the same fucking thing he does every other time. And that is absolutely, without a fraction of a doubt, waste everybody's fucking time. Part 3. Because he always shows up and then disappears and comes back and then disappears. You know, Sketch Lucas is that guy that if you could compare him to anything, at least with the way he treats his BWO locker room, he's like the absentee father who goes to get milk, and then he comes back after he realizes that you're the #1 draft pick for the Golden State Warriors, and he's like, I've been waiting for you this whole time, son. Come give me a hug. No, fuck that and fuck you. When it comes to the way you make the BWO, when it comes to the way you handle the entire Facebook group, you do a spectacular job, except when it comes to the promo division. When it comes to the promo division, you're never here. When it comes to the promo division, you don't care. When it comes to the promo division, I'm the only one in the fucking chat that actually defends the fucking BWO when niggas start talking about FTW. Is this supposed to be your group and you're fucking silent about that shit? You're not even an admin in the fucking locker room chat. Guess who is? I am. Why? Because I actually give a shit. Because I actually care about the BWO promo division. When it comes to making sure that this product actually fucking elevates, I'm the guy that they call to make sure the ratings go up. Every time someone mentions, oh, one of the greats, they sure as fuck don't mention you. They sure as fuck don't mention your self-sabotaging ass. They mention me. And you don't believe me when it comes to your self-sabotaging? Please, let me break down a couple of examples. Promo Mania. You versus AT. You had the opportunity to re-solidify yourself and shoot him out of the fucking water. And instead, you fucking self-sabotage yourself and just hyped him up. And then he got one of the best promos of the night, making you look fucking stupid. Oh, you don't like that example? How about another one? Way back to when you won your first fucking title that you've ever had in the tag division with the Jag. Instead of doing it clean, What do? You self-sabotage, and then you lose the titles, and then you expect everyone to be on your side about it. Look, Sketch, I'm going to be honest here, man. Promo Division doesn't need you. Promo Division doesn't want you. And I would move my arms a bit more, but I actually have muscle fatigue because I've done something that your 5'2", 385 fat ass has never done. And that's actually go to a goddamn gym. Fuck, my arms hurt, man.
If I could sum up Hezekiah Littlejohn with one word, it would be
influential,
inspiring,
warrior,
solid,
epic. This man's passion was unmatched. He was in the stratosphere. No one could have saw what was coming. On this episode of The Dark Side of the BWO, we discuss the greatest plunge in sports entertainment since Owen Hart. Hezzy was the hero the BWO universe needed the most.
One of the best babyface runs this company has ever had.
It was essentially lightning in a bottle.
He was the only one that had the testicular fortitude to be a face.
He was the perfect foil, and niggas loved it.
Shit, there's about to be more fuego than California and Texas in triple-digit summertime. Let's go, baby.
Hezekiah's promos were maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen. I basically begged him to take my championship.
He was carrying shit when there was no one else to carry, and he also made the title something that people wanted to contend for. So I took that shit.
The fucking screw job, man. I don't think y'all really understand the magnitude of that match that didn't happen. Like, his debut was against me, like, it was building to something. He was champion, and I was like the biggest villain at the time, and if he would have won, that would have been like the biggest triumph in the group. And this was my first title shot, so if I would have won, it would have been like the beginning of a reign of terror that nobody would have ever seen before. So, of course, I was pissed. But that shit changed Hezzy forever.
I won my first match clean. Every match I won clean.
He was lost. He was definitely directionless. Like, nigga, what the fuck is this nigga Dak direct shit over here? This is not kingly, my nigga. It's been booking misstep after booking misstep, which is why he has not recovered to his former glory. Like, nigga, you have become a fucking shell of yourself. What the fuck are you thinking? How did you become such a fucking cornball? You really let Bones put your promo career on a t-shirt, and your response was to make fucking t-shirts. You let a dusty chicken bone slurping, pop, lock, and drop it, do it for little Saint-ass nigga from Philly, take your crown. And ran with that shit like Shinsuke Nakamura. You giving scrubs credibility. You fucking let gas beat you. That's the equivalent of EA community pussy pro bono. You gave that Birdman voice having ass nigga confidence. You are the fucking reason we have to deal with his bullshit. This is your fault. This is your fault. This 0-4 nigga thinks he can beat me next week like it's fucking light work because of you. Hez, I'm gonna be honest. This division sucks because you suck. You call yourself the man, the myth, the legend, but the more I think about it, you're right. It fits. You have proven that you were just a man. You ain't no fucking king. Your fucking glory days sound like myths from eons ago. And your fall off is so fucking legendary that that little fucking gauntlet for the mid-card title should be named after your bitch ass.
See, Hezzy, baby, that's why I'm one of the greatest of all time, baby. Yeah, let me go roll my blunt. If y'all missed what this was, go check Promo Slam. I think it was night 2. So yeah, check Promo Slam night 2 because what a time it was. Anywho, tag champs, myself and. Obviously, actually, no, was that? Yeah. No, it was Spooky Scary. Spooky Scary is when that happened. I'm sorry, it's what brain farts are made of. Anywho, wow. Again, Dark Side of BWO. If it's not already a documentary, it definitely needs to be. I love Hez, and Hez has a great ability to where he can pick his opponents apart bit by bit, but there's just something about community work, and that is what Mr. BWO thrived on and excelled in, and just jabs, and wow, that was probably one of the best done videos I've seen in a long time. Yeah, speaking of which, we are going to move on now to Promo Slam. Now that I've talked about it enough, we are going to get into a title match that shocked the world. We're going to get into one, Trevor Robinson, the man who avoided being champion for the longest. He became champion finally, and then he faced off against Bobby Miller in an epic battle where nobody knew what would happen, and Bobby won the championship. So let's see that championship winning match right now. Trevor versus Bobby. Let's send it to the action.
What are you even doing? You don't belong here anymore. You know what the fuck Trevor's about to do to you? You lost the golden microphone twice. Has been. Flashback. Nothing left to lose. There's a reason why I say that shit. Let's start off by explaining the reason why I took a temporary leave of absence from the promo division. I left because my marriage was crumbling in real life. My pride and my household was broken, and I had to figure out a way to tell my kids that mommy and dad aren't going to be in the same house anymore. Then a week later, I lost my fucking job, and as I'm trying to get myself together from that, I had to sacrifice the one thing that I built prestige upon in this division outside of my own name and brand. And if that's not enough, just this past weekend, on the original day that I was supposed to spit this promo, I almost fucking died. But here I am, sitting here doing what I love because it takes my mind off of the bullshit reality that I have to go back to. So when you make a mockery of this shit by manipulating and constantly cutting corners, there's nothing left to lose by putting your ass in your place. Let's start off from the beginning. From when you did the anonymous shit, wearing the mask to hide your face, doing the basic E-Fed shit in an environment that prides itself on being the opposite of that, but niggas let you get away with that shit. When you were trying to fit in, you decided to leech on all the top names in the division, and anytime you lose with your name attached to them, you tuck your tail and run just like you tucked your tail and ran away from FTW and Last Man Standing at first because you couldn't handle not being king shit elsewhere. But of course, niggas let you get away with that shit. Do you remember your first run as champion? Hell, we don't. You were one of the worst champions at one of the worst times in this division because you only defended against the same rotation of about 3 niggas because there were only about 5 that cut promos. But once new talent started to get rolled into the division, what did you do? You dropped the title like a little bitch and we let you get away with it. You suffered your worst loss against DB and tried to do this whole storyline flip with it. But in actuality, it didn't have shit to do with the storyline, but we still let you get away with it. You constantly ducked me for a year during my hot streak. You faced Heads at his lowest point. You faced Bones at all of his lowest points because you were always on his dick during his high points. But we let you get away with that shit. And now you have this lackluster run because motherfuckers are spitting their worst promos against you for some reason. And you keep spitting these lackluster, beatable ass excuses for promos, and we are still letting you get away with it. You constantly get away with a plethora of bullshit because you haven't faced a motherfucker like me who uses this shit to save their life and is willing to call you out on that bullshit. So go ahead, use all the picture-in-picture. Use the green screen background. Fuck up the chroma key if you want to make it authentic. Break me down. Use the music. Use the same fucking content that EOR used yesterday about me losing the golden microphone twice. Because that's your thing, right? You spit your opponent's promos better than your opponents and shit. And I do admit, you can, in fact, spit a better Iceman promo than the fucking Iceman himself. But you want to know something? Iceman competed in the tag team matches. You're not getting the Iceman thing. You're looking in the eyes of Bobby Miller Jr. And yeah, you may be a little bit more witty, you may have a little bit more creativity, you may have better production, but these eyes that you're looking in right now, You looking into a motherfucker with heart and determination. Something that you damn sure don't have enough of, and you know without that, you can't touch Bobby with this shit. And that is why you are a fucking bitch. Next one.
What do I do? What do I do about this mess? See, Bobby and I, we were never supposed to fight. I had him on my white men named Robert no-fly list, but he intrigued me. I watched him cut promo after promo with an almost unbeatable greatness, and I thought to myself, I can't let this man go unchallenged. So I swallowed my pride, and I did it, and he disappeared. And I poked and I prodded at him and I tried to bring him back out of that darkness. And after almost 3 months of silence, golden microphone in hand, the element of surprise on his side, the odds ever in his favor, he failed. He fell short. So what do I do? Any other man would probably laugh at the thought of putting him on this stage, and they'd probably be right to. But I am no other man. I need to beat Bobby. And if he's not strong enough to fight me, that's on him. But the one thing you will never catch me doing is underestimating my opponent. So despite all of that, I am expecting Bobby to show up with the greatest promo we have ever seen from him. So what do I do in the face of what is probably the greatest challenge that I have had yet? I don't know. It's not that I don't have any ideas. I have plenty of ways that I could take down Bobby. But the thing about him, the thing that drew me to him in the first place, is he thinks like I think. Any plan I could come up with for him, he could come up with as well and probably be one step ahead of me. And the only way to keep that from happening is to come up here with no plan at all. Just stand here, go with the flow, and hopefully surprise even myself. So what do I do? What should I pull out of my bag of tricks that is almost endless, honestly? I mean, I could do another musical promo. I could go get Supernatural and bring out the mask. I could do something completely new, like the nurse at a retirement home welcoming Bobby because he needs to retire from doing promos and because he's old as shit. 2 for 1. I could get real with it. I could laugh in his face. I could get angry. I could cry. I've got the entire spectrum of emotions I could use. There's a reason that I am the top guy around here. I could do an impression. I could rap. I could sing. I could do anything I want because in this division, I am king. I've got Blue Chew in my veins, bitch. I am hard. I'm the best to ever do it, bitch. I am God. I ascend beyond the realm of the promo. I exist beyond space and time. As I've said before, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end of the promo. I am become death. I take the competitors who stand before me and I craft tales of their demise, leaving a piece of myself at every step. In their defeat, I leave my opponents a gift, a moment in time for which to be remembered. I see you out there, Robert, and I have one for you too. I see your strengths, but beyond that, I see your weaknesses and insecurities. You represent an era on the cusp of greatness, a time when our division risked collapse. The best of us were lost, squandering our own selves, drowning. You came at the perfect time and represented a beacon of light with which for us to follow and find greatness. But I regret to inform you, this division has no room for you. It has no room for your auctioneer word barrages or your corny carrot top style joke delivery. You can leave your breakneck speed promos at the door. But anyway, it also has no room for your gimmicks, your sleazy Gene Simmons devil impersonation, or your I'm the girl from the ring dark side straight out of a The Used music video. We've learned how to do these things ourselves. I guess you could say your services are no longer required. You and I bear many similarities, Robert, but there is one thing that will always set us apart. You are great, but I am the best. You are capable of so much compared to others, but next to me, you are a knockoff. You are a 9, but I am infinite. You are also one of the whitest black men that we've ever met, and you can't get over the stale thought that the 92 Rumble is the greatest one. Can't forget those. How can you trust someone if they... Fuck!
A great effort and victory from one Mr. Bobby Miller Jr. And the last time we saw Trev was at Promo Slam. Thank God, if I'm being honest. But, you know, just it gives an opportunity finally after they complain, I yield my contendership. And then they just, So the year's almost over. Where's he been? Nowhere. Anywho, we have not only a new debuting superstar who will be in the King of the Mic tournament. We'll let him speak for himself, but we will also hear from one of the members of Mayhem who was involved in a title match last week. One, Don Krypton. We'll see what's going on in his mind. So we'll hear from a brand new superstar and then also from Don Krypton.
BWO. In case you didn't know who I am, now you know who I am. Most of people don't know me, but the most of you do. I am the German bastard, the Purge. The visionary, the revolutionary, Germany's Seth freaking Rollins of promos. And see, this is just a little bit of a warning. I want to make sure that I'm going to be on the top of this industry. I'm going to be making sure that everybody who is going to be on front of my vision, of my sights, they're going to learn how the Purge is really going to feel. They're going to learn that the Purge is nobody to deal with. Until then, everybody, you can all embrace the vision.
So Young Buck was docked points for not focusing on his opponent enough. And I was docked points for focusing too much on my opponent and less on why I should be champion. Make it make sense.
Welcome to Mayhem. Everyone who's holding the championship right now, your days are numbered. You see, that's everybody's goal, right? I want to hold a belt, I want to hold a trophy, but we're here for more than that. We're here because this BWO is a good idea that could be great.
Purpose. After my loss to DB, I had to research my purpose. And the purpose of being in this BWO was to make the BWO great again. But unfortunately, you see who has control of everything these days. Purpose. The purpose of us in the BWO is not to win or lose, but to actually make change. Why? Because the BWO has
potential.
The potential to be great. But we're held down by this golden era who believes that they are still the best. So as long as that continues happening, we're going to have problems. Problems that will continue to multiply the more you hold on to what you think you have. What you think you have?
Power.
It's going to come crumbling down. Mayhem is here to get rid of the establishments that continue to hold down your outcasts. You're strange. You're underappreciated. You see who claims fealty to this King of the North. It's the Golden Era and their hand-picked lackeys. Why does that sound familiar? Is this what you want your BWO to be? Is this what you really enjoy? Well, it doesn't matter. Mayhem is still here. Oh, and by the way, guess who's number one?
Nigga!
The Purge. The Purge. All right. Welcome, good sir. I think we'll see you in competition very soon. And Don Krypton, you didn't get your wish, but you made your goal. I mean, it's not the number one that you thought about being, but you're number one. So great job. Congratulations on your loss. I don't know what you want me to say. Speaking of wins and losses, one of the biggest things we had, as you know, the tension that we had between the delegation and Mayhem. One member of the delegation was on the fence at one point, and not only was the title on the line, but also the title of captain at promo series. So it was Jay the Menace taking on one AT, the power player, in a matchup that they were not exactly rivals, but they had some beef between who was the top star in the new era. So they figured it out, I think, in this matchup. So I'm excited to watch it with you. It does get a little crazy. So if you have any like sensitivity to lights and stuff, I'd suggest you kind of like close your eyes. I don't know. But AT, Jay the Menace, TYS title and title of captain. Let's send it to the action.
BWO. I'm done. I am done dealing with you whiny little bitches.
Get 'em.
I'm done listening to old heads reminisce about the old days when it don't fucking matter because they're not good today.
Get 'em.
I am done trying to seek approval from the judges and those backstage.
Get 'em.
Jay the Menace, I am done with this little feud that we got. And when I say done, I don't mean that I'm leaving the BWO. It means that I am done giving a fuck.
AT. You may be done with Jay the Menace, but I am not.
Jay the Menace, who the fuck do you think you are? Walking around here with your little title acting like you're number one. You are not number one. Not even close to being number one. You claim that you have the best ranking, but you only got that because you defeated the people who were already in the fucking bottom. You claim you're the new benchmark for the division. No, bitch. You're just another bitch for AT to rest his ass on. And let's face it, Jay the Menace. You've been dreading this day, this match for a long, long time. Because despite your successes, despite how high you've climbed in the ranking, you still have one loss. That one loss that keeps you up at night. Because AT is the only one to have beaten you, and you can't stand it. And quite frankly, I want to see your demise. Because you are not fit to be a champion. You are not fit to be a leader. Behind your title, behind your rankings,
You are weak. You are weak because you're too busy worried about everybody else but yourself. Too busy worried about AT, the power player. Weak. And despite the fact that he was gone for a while, just a while, he was still talked about. He was still mentioned. He was still in your head. And they begged him to come back. They begged him for matches. They begged him to be part of the main event. And he is going nowhere. So if I was you, Jay the Menace, I will pack my shit up and I will go. Because your time is fucking done.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. BWO! The cat's out of the bag, the bird's out of the cage. Your boy is free. And for those who don't know who I am AT's friend, of course, Mr. Hypnotic. And guess what? You boys better buckle up, because although Jada Menace's time is up, the rest of you are on borrowed time. So Bones, or Bobby, or Ramboa, or Hezekiah, or Trev, especially Trev, or my good friend, Mr. BWO, whoever wants to fucking smoke, I need you all to listen carefully. Look into my eyes and look at your future. Because as long as I am free, none of you motherfuckers are safe. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Here we are. You good, man? You're gonna be alright. I promise. This will be quick. I'm just gonna show you this, and you can go right the fuck back to wherever the fuck you stay. Come on. Don't mind the place. It's a little messy, I know, but as messy as it is, it took a lot of work to get here. Yeah, AT. I've been planning this for quite a while. I've been planning this for at least 10 matches now. Go ahead. Move back. Now, nothing I've said so far has been a lie. This will be quick. Sit down. Get comfy. Go ahead, take a look. Take a look at the TYS title. Take a look, because I promise this is... That's enough. That's close enough. I promise. That's as close as you're ever going to fucking get to her again. You know, see, the thing is, here we are at Scary Spooky, and it's a whole scary premium live event. Just about as scary as what I'm getting ready to show you. And the thing about the scariness of this is I'm scared. I'm scared of possibly forever being bunched together in the same class as you. Because whenever the fuck anybody mentions my name, your name is mentioned immediately after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it bugs you too. Now I'm going to show you some scary bullshit. Okay? Ready? Look at this bald bitch right here.
What y'all thinking? Where the hell has he been? You know, I've been on break. I needed it.
This is the day I was born. I think we can both agree that I've done more in losing than you did in winning. See, since losing to you, I've gone on and had a perfect match, you know? 100. Remember, you're 97, 3 away, so close to perfect. What did you do? You beat Tuck. Then you went on an epic losing streak. You lost to Trevor twice. And then you took a sabbatical, and you lost to DB. And now here you are, somehow still the favorite, still getting title matches. You've fallen off. As much as you don't want to admit it, and now you found your niche, you have your little talk show, and that's cool. That's really, really great for you. But let's face it, you didn't beat me. You survived me. Matter of fact, your biggest accolade so far was your match with me. Every single accolade I've had since far surpasses everything you've done. I'm the Rookie of the Year. I'm heralding in all the new generation. Your biggest feat was losing to Trevor twice. I'm the Talk Your Shit champion. I'm the hottest thing in the division. I am the goddamn ace in the BWO. You are at best Diet Sketch. You are second to me. You belong in my race. Wait, you bald bitch.
Don't let him escape.
Wait, you need to watch this garbage with me.
Finally, it's time.
Trick or treat.
Oh man, you can take a hit. Oh, AT. Motherfucker. I'm sorry for all of this, but you know what? I'm doing you a favor. I'm doing you a fucking favor. I am allowing you a space at the top of the mountain with me. You, me, and a select few others, we can fucking run this. You want so bad to be relevant. You want to face Mr. Relevancy. Motherfucker, I am relevancy. I make this title relevant. This is the A title because of me. Now we fix you. We make you the prime time power player. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But this needs to happen first. I need my comeuppance. This is what the fuck I do. Wake up, wake up. But look at me, trying to make sense to a simpleton. AT, now you can drop the flash, you can drop all the attention seeking. No, now you can focus on what's really important, and that's on fixing this division. But before we can do that, before we can run this, I just wanted you to know that you got your ass whipped by the man, the myth, and still.
Wow. So two great things happened that night. One, not only did Jay the Menace retain, but also AT was handed the invitation, but didn't fully accept the invitation to the delegation until promo series against the Vagabond. And that was, it was interesting. It was wonderful. And also, Jay the Menace would go on to defend unsuccessfully against Bobby Miller, who is your current 3-time TYS champion. And man, oh man, I just gotta give props. Everyone's been doing an amazing job, killed it. And that's another honorable mention, honestly. If you wanna watch the match those two had, another crazy, mind-blowing, like mind-boggling. Jay the Menace he's smart. That's the one thing. He's smart, he's creative, he's insightful. So if you watch all of his promos since the last King of the Mic to now, blah, crazy, just crazy how gifted he has become. But speaking of one Bobby Miller, I can't believe this took place. It was during his first run, I believe, as TYS champion. Hez and Bobby, they faced off, and this was for the TYS championship, and I can't believe it. This was on a PDL. Like, y'all got this on a weekly. And I had to dig for this, so you better thank me. I found it. I had to dig deep for this stuff. This was before we started doing the YouTube thing. This was old school. So I cannot wait for you guys to see this match. Hez versus Bobby. I think this was the second time they faced off. Every time they face off, it just gets better and better. But ladies and gentlemen, whew, Hez and Bobby for the TYS championship. You've got to see it. I'm excited to see it. So let's send it to the action.
Greetings, everyone. It is I, the man, the myth, the legend, the king of the BWO promo division, Hezekiah Littlejohn, here to remind you that Bobby Miller is an absolute pussy. A punk-ass, ungrateful, shameless, selfish, ignoramus.
I thought pussy was spelled with a Y.
And I thought your mother swallowed you 35 years ago. Shut the fuck up when a grown man is talking. Anyway, I bet you're wondering, how does Bobby Miller satisfy all 5 of these categories? Well, allow me to explain. You see, in the 1950s, the term punk was actually a reference to someone who was the bottom in a homosexual relationship. And when Bobby Miller played rock, paper, suck dick with Sketch at the Talk Your Shit tournament, he proved without a shadow of a doubt that he satisfies the category of being a punk ass. Oh man, he's getting kind of moist. Anyway, how is he ungrateful, you might ask? Well, because when he finally got the title, he didn't thank anybody who put the money down for the title. Instead, he just started walking around like he owned the place. Like like as if he was entitled to having this championship, instead of being humble and trying to find ways to elevate the title. You ungrateful piece of shit. Now, I bet you're wondering, how is it shameless? Well, because the man who gave him the title was Mike Tuck. And Mike Tuck has been giving him opportunity after opportunity to improve the value of that title. But what did Bobby do in his last promo? Instead of accepting his failures as a man when it comes to the promo division, he instead decided to point the finger at Mike Tuck. That's not something a man should do. A man should be able to accept his responsibilities and his failures. And considering Bobby Miller is basically the bastard child of Mark Henry, you'd think he would have the mental and physical fortitude to be able to do something as simple as that. But then again, you'd be fucking wrong. So, how was he fucking absolutely selfish? Well, let's be honest here. The Talk Your Shit title, he wants it all to himself. And I don't believe that the Talk Your Shit title should only belong to him. I think it's a title of the people. And I believe I know someone who's perfect for the category of the new Talk Your Shit champion. Admittedly, that'd be me. You see, every title I've held, I elevated and I made important. Every title Bobby's held has died faster than Brian Kendrick getting fired at AEW. But now here comes the important part, the real final piece of the puzzle. How is he an ignoramus? He's an ignoramus because he thought he had a snowball's chance in hell, beating me for the second time. The first time you won was a fluke. I wasn't prepared the way I should have been. I underestimated you, and that was my fault. But this time I'm ready, and this time I want what I deserve. I am going to take your Talk Your Shit title, and I'm going to make it better than you ever did. Every time you came on here talking about next body please, every time you came on here doing some jack shit and stealing shit, and every time you would take someone else's material and wrap it around with a different bow and call it your own material, that shit ends today. No more impersonations, no more bullshit. It's time for a real man to have the championship. Not a fucking punk-ass pussy nigga like Bobby Miller. Thank you for your time. Now remember, don't be a pussy. Don't be Bobby Miller. I'm Hezekiah Littlejohn. I approve this message. Cut the shit off. Cut it off. Cut it off!
Good evening and welcome to Real Nigga News with Bobby Miller. We have a lot of news to go over today, so let's get started. First, we'll start with sports news. The Los Angeles Lakers still suck with 5 future Hall of Famers on their team. And the Cincinnati Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. More proof that we're living in multiverse hell. A rise of dead bodies has been spiking in the BWO. Officials say that the numbers of dead bodies has more than tripled since April of 2021. Wonder why that is. In our developing story, Hezekiah Littlejohn has gone missing. We last seen Hezekiah getting his ass whooped by a Mad King. And Hezekiah Littlejohn has a history of going away like this when he loses a battle that he's heavily favored to win. Right now we have our reporter Ariel Negay on the scene to see if we can spot Hez. What do you got for us, Ariel?
Okay, so we're on our search for Hez. Now I figured since he sounds like a wild animal in his promos and he looks like a mix between a grizzly bear and a snapping turtle, that maybe we'll find a wild Hez out here in the woods in his habitat. Let's see. I don't see him anywhere. Hez? Oh, Hez! Nowhere to be found. But wait. There's a creek over here with some water. Maybe we'll find him over there, guys. Is he here? Nope. Just a creek. No Hez. Well, it looks like our search is unsuccessful. Let's go back to the newsroom.
Sad story. In other news, Mr. BWO just so happens to be... I'm sorry? It appears we have breaking news. We've actually found Hezekiah, and apparently he wants to go after my TYS championship. The championship that I made the most prestigious belt in this division. You see, Hez, I already know how this is gonna go.
You're gonna get on your little couch or in your car, and you're gonna spit one of those escalating promos that I talked about the last battle, and then you're gonna add some type of big word or book reference to it. You're gonna say something about something, smoke and mirrors, even though I call it entertaining my fucking audience. But all in all, you're gonna lose. Just like you lose to anybody who puts any type of creative effort into their promos, and then you're gonna go on another hiatus. And then you're gonna pop back up and try to give all this advice to everybody like you're some type of guru or something. Rinse and fucking repeat. You see, Heads, I'm one of the most versatile motherfuckers in this bitch. So I can turn all of this shit off, and I can go from smoke and mirrors carrying cross to Walter real quick and still verbally smack the fuck out your Ninja Turtle built ass. You see, you're one of the worst Mount Rushmore candidates in this group. Let's see. You have a losing record. You rarely beat any of us GOAT candidates. And the time that you did, you had to purchase a $300 heat press machine to even do so. So I don't know what the fuck you think this is, but this ain't no redemption tour, nigga. This shit right here, I guard this shit with my fucking life because this means the world to me. And on my fucking kids, I will not let your teardrop head ass, this light bulb head shaped ass, pry this title off of my shoulder or any other title that I get ever while I'm champion. So leave me the fuck alone and go build yourself back up in the Indies or something, bitch. Real nigga news signing off. Next body, please.
That gives me chills watching it another time. And the first time I saw it, already off the charts. But this even more so goes to show why these men are willing to do what they do week in, week out, and why Bobby Miller is the current TY's champ 3 times, because he puts in work like that. Crazy. The Iceman is back. I personally miss the voice of the people. Hopefully one day we will get him back, but I don't know when that day is going to be. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of the night. We are here to discuss probably one of the greatest matches in Promo Mania history. A match that was unparalleled in its own right, but also just like it built in such a crazy way so quickly, but also the anticipation for it was just on another level. We have the main event of main events. It was a no holds barred, no time limit. It was Trevor Robinson taking on God Mode Bones, the true like essence of like, I guess the real precursor to God Mode Bones, the Beast Mode Bones to just before he broke that ceiling. Man, if you did not watch this ever, you're gonna love it. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a match, but you gotta watch this whole thing, start to finish. And man, oh man. So without further ado, let's send it to the action.
Bones versus Trevor. This is what you all been waiting for. This is what you came to Promo Mania for. It's everything you dreamed of. Bones versus Trevor. You see, I drew a line in the sand, Trevor, and we gotta address the elephant on that sand. The elephant get too close to that line, then the sand gonna end up turning yellow or pink or orange, but depending on how the blood and the sand mix together. So your whole thing been that you need to prove you the best, but you never came to me to prove you were the best. See, the reason why this whole thing was set up as the best versus the greatest. Because I'm the greatest. I did shit. You didn't do shit. You just won match after match for no reason, with no point or no purpose or no plan. You weren't going anywhere. You just spinning your fucking wheels. Nobody cares about wins when they don't matter, Trevor. All of my wins matter. Every single one. When I won, it meant something. When somebody beat me, it meant more than they beat me. If somebody beat you, it doesn't mean anything. I understand she went 7-0. Congratulations. That did nothing for no one, not even for you. It didn't put you even in a better spot. You were never what you thought you were, and you thought you could beat me? Shit.
Fight Bones.
Trevor. sorry, DB. I had to go to this place again. Because Trevor did not want to climb to the heights. Trevor does not respect what I made him, what I gave him. No, Trevor, for years, Trevor. This pain thing didn't just start, Trevor. I brought you pain to make you a better promo artist. I brought you pain to make you a better person, Trevor. It was all pain. Pain is what will make you great. You want to be great and not just be the best. You want to be the greatest. You need the pain. The pain is what got you out of your mom's basement. I brought you the pain when I stood in your face that you were still living in your mom's basement as a man in his mid-20s that looks like he's in his mid-30s, still living in his mom's basement on some Office Space shit. That was that pain that made you get off your fucking ass. The pain of me telling you how you a virgin and you not fucking nobody is what made you get out that goddamn house and go move in with the woman of your dreams and have actual fucking sex. It was the pain, Trevor. The pain is what made you become a better promo competitor. You know what made you happy? You came out with this whole V for Vendetta mask, and I told you that shit was fucking goofy. And I made you elevate, and I elevated you step by step, and I made you mad, and I made you angry, and I made you crazy, and now you're on the best level you've ever been on. And that was because of pain. Pain is what elevates you to greatness. But you know what, Trevor? You know why you can't be elevated to my level? My pain is greater than yours. Accolade after accolade, championship after championship, high score after high score, Trevor. Everything I've done it all. Done it all. What, you blind? Need some glasses to see? I done it all, Trevor. But I didn't beat you, and that's my pain. That pain has always been with me, Trevor. That pain's been with me, that train's been growing. And that is what makes me greater than you, because pain makes you great. I try to give you pain to make you great because I'm that good of a friend, Trevor. This pain that I brought you is for me being a good friend. But you still have not succeeded. It took everybody begging you and crying to you about you not challenging me for you to jump up and take the pain. He already dead. You can send back the ambulance.
Fight Bones.
You said you want to fight Bones, huh? I guess this ain't what you expected. This that old Bones. This ass a classic every time I hit record on my phone, Bones. You see, I once heard Ric Flair say, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. I think you heard the same thing too, because before you got into the situation that you got into, all you were doing was beating the man. And I know that because we're friends. And I'm sorry that I gotta put it out there like that you were a chronic masturbator. But, it's that old Bones. This that ain't no respect shots gonna be thrown, Bones. This that I'm the motherfucker sitting on the throne, Bones. Best versus the greatest. You gotta look back at yourself, Trevor, and really question, what have you done? Like, you're an Allen Iverson type nigga. You're the type of nigga that's gonna put up a whole bunch of points during the regular season. But you ain't winning championships, Trevor. You're not going to the playoffs, nigga. We don't remember that shit you did. Half the niggas in the division wasn't even there when you were champion. And then you just hid from everyone when you had the belt. You didn't even want to face me again. I had to take you through this whole road to get the face of me. Why, Trevor? Why were you fucking afraid? Because you know that you didn't deserve none of the wins that you got. Boy, you know you didn't. And now we're here because I had to fucking drag you through the mud until you got there. To make you try to be great. You see, I always fuck with Mr. BWO, but Sketch Lucas. I always fuck with Sketch Lucas. Because I'm the best to ever do it, bitch. And he's the best at never doing shit. You the best at doing shit that don't mean shit to nobody. You the go at it. And that shit is why I had to step to you and had to put you back into your place to remind you you are the best. But I'm the greatest.
Fight Bones.
Oh, now you want to fight Bones. Time for me to get loose. For months this was my playground, and I made you duck like I didn't make you goose. But now you ready to see me. Trev, you couldn't beat me if I was your dick and we was watching a flick on the TV and you was Mr. Herman, aka Pee-wee. I planted you, I watered you, I pulled out the weeds. I raised you, I advised you. Shit, you like my seed. I took care of you, I held your hand. I got you off your knees. You'd be a weaker Trevor if I was never a me. My wife is the only person on earth that could ever top me. Long as I'm here, the best is what you cannot be. I built you to overcome you. How you think you can stop me? You went crazy. And now your flow is like when you take off your shirt. Shit done get sloppy. You see all these kids, nigga? I am raw. You see how I raised you up, nigga? I am Paul. Bluetooth in my veins, nigga. I am hard. As a dog and triflictic, nigga, I am God. Now here's the difference between me and you. Here's why. I'm God and you are mortal. No matter how much you do, you will never measure up to me, you will never keep up with me, you will never catch up to me. You've done so much stuff, but yet no one considers you in the same stratosphere as me. Oh, they think you're as good a performer as me, but no one's ever questioning whether or not you are the best. No one's ever voting for you when they say who was the promo MVP. And why is that, Trevor? Why have you held yourself back? It's blasphemous for you to even think that you are better than me. Or on the same level as me. See, you're great. And I put you here in the main event of Mayhem, where you wouldn't be without me. I made you into that. See, it was on the 6th day that I created you. And on the 7th day I rested. And I waited, and I waited for so long for this opportunity to sit you down and talk to you like a man and explain to you the difference between God and man. You aren't infinite, Trevor. You aren't forever. You won't last forever. You will last until you stop. When your last promo is cut, no one will remember you ever again until you come and cut another promo every single time. With me, Trevor, everyone is chasing my legacy. This is what it was all about the entire time. It was legacy. And my legacy is one that will be chased forever and will never be caught, because I am not just a legend. I am an eternally living legend. And I will continue to pile on the accomplishments. And you can add this one. Let there be death.
It's time to fight Bones. Fight Bones, fight. But how? How am I supposed to fight Bones while I'm in this state? I spent so much time focused on getting here that I let everything else just slip away, and now my mind is wrong. I can't fight Bones if I'm fighting myself, and the voices and the noise and the voices and the noise and the silence is all so distracting. And I really wish that it would all just go away. Like it was never real to begin with. Like it was all just a ploy to lower your guard. To make you think I wasn't ready for this. I have always been ready. Ready and waiting to show this entire division what it truly looks like to finally be out of your shadow. And what does that look like exactly? Let me show you. What? Do you expect me to cut some slick promo about it? Dear Bones, I already have. I don't need to be a god, because gods have weaknesses. But you aren't even that. You are something much lesser than that. Even though no matter how many times we try to tell you, you won't accept it. Everything you think about the way people look at you is in your head.
And because you're at the bottom, you want to try to drag me down with you.
We all know why you're doing this. I am what you wish you could be.
And you're so focused on who I was that you're not even watching me evolve.
Because ignoring how creative and capable I really am is the only way you get by.
Welcome to reality. The future's looking bright now.
Like I said, it was always the plan. No matter what you were doing or where you were, it was always going to come to this.
everything I've said and done over the past 9 months has been about you. Even longer, if you think about it, my whole promo career has been about you, about keeping you down. You were my very first opponent. You have not stopped bothering me since then. You took everything from me. I thought it was Tyler. I focused on Tyler, but even after I took care of that, nothing came back. Everything stayed the same, and I realized that while Tyler was very, very clever, he wasn't the mastermind. No, I felt when you brought me into your circle that I was closer than your friends. Do you think I liked being your lackey? Do you think it felt good? Do you think it didn't tear me up to see you reap the rewards of all of my hard work? I wanted to bring you down from the inside, but your ego got the better of you before I could. So I had to come up with this ingenious plan instead, and I'd say it worked perfectly. Step 1, break. Give myself a weakness. Make you think that I'd lost my very sharp edge. Meanwhile, step 2, build you up. Now this part was easy. I'd been doing it forever. I gave you room to be champion, to build your greatness. I know it's probably cliche to say, but if there was ever a time to say it, I think this is it. That list of yours, that list of accomplishments and achievements, everything you base your personality on, is a list of things that happened because I let them. I could have ended those reigns. I could have stopped those streaks, beaten those scores, but I didn't. I let you think you had that. So this next part was so much sweeter. Step 3, break you down. Hit you where it hurts the most. Put the GOAT, the God, on a pedestal in front of them all, on the grandest stage, no less. And then take it all away. That list of yours is good, but I think it's clear now that it's not good enough, because the best didn't challenge it. And if you did all of that without a challenge, do you feel like it's good enough? Are you really the greatest? Are you really a god? But why? Why go to such obsessive lengths to bring you down? Because, Bones, you represent everything that I need to fight. I may sit before you of sound mind and body now, but I never said a word that was untrue. I am the best, and I have to prove every day that I am the best, not just in this locker room, but out there. Everything I do, every move I make is overlooked. I scream into the crowd, and it comes out a whisper. At some point, you look in the mirror and you say, enough is enough, and Bones, you are the face that looks back in that mirror. You are the media that I have to emulate. You are every popular person that I've had to stand next to. You are every person who has tripped and fallen into success while I have bled and sweat and cried for my art. And you are every person that has looked me in the eyes and told me I can't. Well, this is what it looks like when I look back. From now on, you can stand against me, Bones. You can put every person in here against me, but I am here to fight. You can sing your songs, you can do your dances, you can do whatever you think it takes to beat me, but I will fight harder. No more backing down. No more standing aside and being polite about it. Whether I am loved or I am hated, I will not be ignored. I am the artist. I am the best. And I care.
And with that, the mysterious artist had conquered his demons and proven everything he set out to. The only question that remained was, what's next?
Bigger and better things, I guess. Next body, please.
I'll fucking kill you.
And there you have it. Before he was king, before he was champ, he was the GOAT. Like, he defeated the GOAT, so I guess that makes you the GOAT. I don't know how that really works, but Trevor Robinson overcame the odds, which, I mean, if you kind of look at both of their records, there really weren't like many odds against each other. But he continued his undefeated streak until Bobby Miller dethroned him. So, yeah, wake up, Trevor. I guess we'll see you when we see you, probably never. You got 1 week left if you want to say hello or exist or anything. I'm not afraid to keep you on the inactive list. So for those of you who don't know, we've got an inactive roster due to not only just some of the events over the last month, but also just people not competing. And yeah, we don't have time for that. So as always, you are free to check us out, BWO Promo Division, on Facebook and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. We don't do this for fun. We do this for fun. We do it for you guys. So make sure you check us out and tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like that I shaved my head, too bad. I don't know. I don't tell you. I don't do this for people. I do it for me. So gotta be honest. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We will see you next week for PDL 365. I'm going to defend the championship with my tag team partner, hashtag DB Champion, as we're the tag team champions against Mayhem. DK and JR. I'm going to call you from that from now on, Ramboa. You are JR officially in my book, my heart, my head, all that. Mayhem, y'all got all these free samples, free memberships. Ain't nothing cool about that. But ladies and gentlemen, feel free. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Watch all this again. Check out every premiere promo event that we've had showcasing here. Got Game Over, Spooky Scary, Mania, Promo Slam, PDL. We got it all. Check it out. Don't forget. And once again, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful Christmas, and we will see you on the last day of the year. Take care.
Greatness.
Thank you for celebrating with me, sir.
The King of the North. Greatness.